Hello, Surface Spins here. We are coming from a different location today. Maybe we'll call this Studio S. And we're going to share out a great record store I found across the bay in El Cerrito called Down Home Music. What a revelation it was. It's a record store that's been on my radar for years, and I finally got out there and look through the new arrivals bin, which I'll share with you. And at the end, I'll show you what records I picked up at Down Home Music in El Cerrito, California. Looking in the new arrivals bin, there is a heavy amount of folk music, American folk, country, but then they have things like a Radiohead album there. And that was their one, Moon Shaped Pool. Lots of country. This is a historic and famous record store. It's connected with the Arhoolie label. And in the comments, in the description, I should say below, I'll have a link to their arhoolie.org website. Check it out. What a history to this place. But you see, they have a lot of, typical things, your King Crimson, your Joni Mitchells, but then a lot of amazing blues, American music, Latin music, Mexican music. It is an amazing store. And when I was there, it was filled with people. It looked like a lot of people making pilgrimages to this record store. I'm not going to comment on every title that I flip by. A lot of them I'm not familiar with. But this is certainly a place to go and check out. If you're in San Francisco Bay Area, get on BART and go over the bay, and I think you'll get off on the El Cerrito station, and it's about a 15-minute walk from the station to the record store. I'm pretty sure it's the El Cerrito station. What an amazing place. There were a couple of guys next to me crate digging that were French, and they were buying records like nothing. They were just stacking them up, taking them home, I guess. So this is a place that people go to. I think the record store's been here for over 30 years, but it's much more than a record store. It's a performance space. In fact, they were getting ready for some kind of it could have been a book reading or an interview. So there's a lot of connections with the community locally, which I'm going to try to take advantage of. I've got on their website now, and I'm going to try to, take advantage of all they have to offer. And there is a lot here to offer. People who are into old-timey music and other types of music trying to find their business card here so I can read off the description. And I can't find it now. Roll the description at this point right here. You can look at all the different types of music they offer, what they specialize in. They have an amazing jazz section in the back. Again, this is one of those places where you need to give yourself 2 hours minimum to go through this place. I was only in there for 45 minutes, and boy, time just went by so fast. I felt like I was in there for 15 minutes, but it turned out I was in there for 45 minutes. Interesting John Lennon bootleg there. A reissue of the Fugs' first album. So let's take a look at what I purchased. The first thing I grabbed was this Django Reinhardt reissue. It's from 1967. It wasn't too expensive. I have a few other records on this same label, the Archive of Music, or somehow I think it's called the Everest Archive of Folk Music. And these came out in 1967. They're electronically rechanneled for stereo, but again, they sound so much better when I just have the mono switch on it. I don't want the stereo effect. And I love listening to, Django Reinhardt on vinyl. It's great. I have quite a bit of his stuff on CD as well. These are some of the others from my collection of this same series of Django Reinhardt's work. And what's interesting is they go through, and on the liner notes are pretty bad, but on the back they talk about how the record has, some of the songs have over 500 edits on one song to chop out all the pops and clicks. This is the second record that I picked up. It's a double album, a compilation of the Monroe Brothers' work from 1936 to 1938. And this has beautiful liner notes, a lot of explanation about their history and the recording of the tracks. And it's all in mono. It's on that Bluebird label, which is a division of RCA. And this was from 1975. It sounds great. This is really a great one for me. I didn't have any early Bill Monroe or the Monroe Brothers, but it's a double album on this Bluebird label, and it sounds really, really good. Now, what I didn't realize is that I already had a copy of the Django Reinhardt record, so I have 2 copies now. Yes, who hasn't made that mistake, buying a record you want and then realizing when you get home you already have a copy? So I have 2 copies now of this Django Reinhardt record. So that's what I purchased at Down Home Music. Again, go to the arhoolie.org website, check out what they do. There's so much information to explore here. I won't even begin to go into it. But it's one to put on your list if you're into those types of music that scrolled by earlier. It's a wonderful record store in El Cerrito, California. And I'm going to make another pilgrimage over there very soon. It's really one of the best record stores I think in the Bay Area for me, for my taste in music. I hope you enjoyed looking at the new Arrivals bin at Down Home Music. Check it out. Surface Bin signing out.